So in the Life Feast, we prioritize the positive because we're pretty much experts at finding what's wrong in our lives. In our photography, we spend time looking for the good, and then we also want to do that with our positive psychology interventions. Intervention sounds like kind of an intense word, and it doesn't have to be. You could think of it kind of like if you were to go to the doctor's office and the doctor said, take 2 Advil and call me in the morning. And with a positive psychology intervention, we would say, take 2 gratitudes and call me in the morning. So I'm going to share with you 2 practices right now that take less than 5 minutes. And don't underestimate the power of 5 minutes. So if I were to tell you to eat French fries every day of your life for 5 minutes straight, it would definitely have a compound effect on your physical health and your well-being. Conversely, if I tell you to practice a positive psychology intervention for less than 5 minutes a day, this also has a profound compound effect on your life. So the first thing I want to tell you about is the 3 good things practice. I love this practice. This one was created by Dr. Martin Seligman from University of Pennsylvania, and it was later tested quite a bit at Duke University and has been researched, definitely amplifies the good in your life. I've got 3 ways for you to practice 3 good things, and I've done all 3 of them. I love them all, and I want to share them with you. So the first would be to take a journal, and before you go to bed at night, to write 3 good things from your day. This was actually the original research, and the reason why they did it at night was so that people actually could sleep better. They would go to bed on a positive note. And then the second way that you can practice 3 good things is by setting up like a text thread with 3 old friends or 3 family members who you don't see very often. And this is a way to share 3 specific good things from your day with people you love. Other people matter in positive psychology. So keeping that connection is really helpful. And this is a gratitude practice. So it's showing how you appreciate the people in your life and the things in your day. And then the third way that you can practice 3 good things is to do it with your family at dinner time. I love this. This practice actually has two functions in my family. So in my house, we have this vase, this jar on our dining room table. And at dinner, we go through and write 3 good things from our day. Now, we don't always write them down. Sometimes we might be saying them verbally. But when you're finding that everyone's sort of complaining about their day or maybe not talking all that much, it's a great practice to open up the conversation and focus on what you appreciate. So we have these fantastic little 3 good things cards from the Life Feast, and these come in packs of 14, so they're for 2 weeks of a 3 good things practice. But I love it because it actually looks very pretty on your table with all the photos. You don't have to do it that way. You don't have to get that fancy with it. When we first started this practice, we literally just wrote them on sticky notes, scrap paper, whatever we could find in the house. So we keep the pen in there too. And then everyone just goes through and writes out these 3 specific good things that they want to remember. The neat thing about this is that when you go through, if you've done this for a while, you can go back and look at old ones, and it serves as this memory jar as well. It helps you savor things in the past, or if you do have kids, funny things that they remembered from when they were little. And it's just a great practice for savoring. So I want to share with you a little bit about savoring and why it's important. So with savoring, we have an entire module in the Life Feast dedicated to slowing down and savoring your life. So with savoring, just as we are practiced at looking for what's wrong in our day, when something good does happen, we tend to forget about it very quickly. So in positive psychology research, they say we are Teflon for the good and we're Velcro for the bad. So the aggravations, things that bother us, they stick to us longer. And if something good happens, it kind of just slides right off. So a savoring practice is a way to keep whatever's good in your life longer. And photography was made for savoring. That's what I absolutely love about photography, is that you savor the past with your old photos and nostalgia, and you can savor the present with some of these practices that we do in the Life Feast with our feasty photos, the mindfulness piece, and then you can savor the future as well. And savoring, I like to say, is kind of like mindfulness on steroids. It's mindfulness plus appreciation. So when you want to have a savoring practice, an easy one to do, again, just requires a journal, doesn't require any photography, and it's called the doubler. And this comes from Sean Achor out of Harvard. And what Sean tells us to do is to actually just open up a page in your journal and write out 2 minutes worth of every detail you can remember from a positive event. So if it was a hug from your kid after they got home from school and had a rough day, like that, a connected moment, you could write out every detail. It could be something much bigger, monumental in your life, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be these small details that you want to savor. So if you do this savoring practice, the doubler, it is going to double your happiness. It's going to amplify the good in your life, and it's really going to help it stick with you longer. It's just 2 minutes to double the good in your life. All right, let's go feast on some good.